DFT Part 3, Working with Files and Folders. In the previous tutorial, we did navigating computer system, and some of the things that we noted was that anything that happens in the computer system is shown through a window. Some of the windows that we did look at was files and folders, and in this tutorial we now want to see how to work with files and folders. Basically, everything in the computer system is either a file or a folder, and folders are containers of files. Files can be stored in folders. Very well. TFT Part 3, Working with Files and Folders. Some of the items we will look at in this tutorial include 1. Files and folders defined. File Explorer, opening a file, moving and deleting files, creating new folder, renaming a file or folder, deleting a file or folder, restoring a deleted file or folder, selecting multiple files, creating and using shortcuts, finding files on your computer, searching for files, and finally we look at the tips for finding files in your computer. Welcome. Files and folders defined. Understanding how to work with files and folders is an important part of using your computer. Once you understand how files and folders work, you will use them all the time. In this tutorial, I will show you the basics of working with files and folders, including how to open files, move your files into folders, rename files, delete files, create and open folders, rename and delete folders, among others. What is a file? There are many different types of files you can use. For example, Microsoft Word documents, digital photos, digital music, and digital videos are all types of files. You might even think of a file as a digital version of a real-world thing you can interact with on your computer. So when you have your items, you put in a file. So a file is a digital version of a real-world files that you have been interacting with all the time. When you use different applications, you will often be viewing, creating, or editing files. Files are usually represented by an icon. The image below, you can see a few different types of files. This image. So this one is a Excel file. Excel file. This icon is for Excel. Here it is a icon for Firefox installer. There's another file here for FBG browser. There's another icon here for Word file, Microsoft Word file. There's an icon here for installation setup file. There are so many types of files. What is a folder? Windows uses folders to help you organize files. So they are actual storage or containers for holding files. You can put files inside a folder just like you would put documents inside a real folder that we usually have in our daily official work. In the image below, you can see some folders on the desktop. So the following is a snapshot of my desktop, and these items that you see here are folders holding some of my files in my computer. So this is an icon for a folder. Next is a very important item in the computer called File Explorer. You can view and organize files and folders using a built-in application known as File Explorer, also was called Windows Explorer in Windows 7 or earlier versions. So to view files or folders, there is an application called File Explorer that is responsible for doing that in your computer. To open File Explorer, click the File Explorer icon on the taskbar or double-click any folder on your desktop. A new File Explorer window will appear, and now you'll be ready to start working with your files and folders. So this one is a snapshot of my File Explorer on my computer. File Explorer is usually among the taskbar items in the desktop, and it's used to access various folders and files. So here is a snapshot of my File Explorer showing various sections. There is this icon for minimizing. There is this icon for maximizing the window, File Explorer window. There's an icon for closing X that we did look at in the previous tutorial. This section, the left side here, contains quick access to various sections, and then this middle section here shows the files that have been frequently opened. Recent files will also be shown there. So from File Explorer, double click a folder to open it. You can then see all of the files stored in that folder. For example, I have double clicked my TFT Technology for Teachers tutorial folder above, and the folder opens as shown below. After double clicking one of my folders there, the File Explorer showed this, and you can see the name of the folder I have here, TFT Technology for Teachers tutorials, and the various sections. And when you open that particular folder, you can see what is in the files and the folders. There are very many files here. Here is an image file, Word file, PDF file, so on. And down there, you'll be able to see the taskbar, the items. This one's what is currently active. Notice that you can also see the location of a folder in the address bar near the top of the window. So when you open the folder, you will be able to see the location of the folder in the address bar as shown here. So for example, the folder that I have opened here, mine, TFT Technology for Teachers tutorials, is found within another folder called YouTube tutorials, this one, which is found in another folder called screenshots, and that screenshot is also found in another folder called pictures, which is found in the parent folder called OneDrive. So a folder can be within a folder which is also within another folder like that. You'll be able to identify where that folder is by looking at the address bar on the top of the current active folder. Good. I want to take you right away into my desktop to see how these files and folders appear. We are going right now into my desktop. We are now right in my desktop. All these are files and folders in my desktop. This is a recycle bin folder. This is another folder. There's a Word file here. There's a Firefox file here. um, quite a many files, and down here there's a taskbar, and some of the files and folders are pinned. I have pinned down here. So I want to open File Explorer. Down here there is a File Explorer, and when I point here you can see the File Explorer has quite a number of folders. These ones, which are, you can see, there are 4 folders open within File Explorer. This one, there is this one, OneDrive, TFT, OneDrive. There's another folder here. There's another folder here containing another category of files. That's video files for my tutorials. So I want to click this folder from the File Explorer, and you'll be able to see that the File Explorer here is my folder TFT, Technology for Teachers tutorials here. Up here is the name of the folder which is currently active, and the name here shows that it is found within our YouTube tutorials, which is also found within another folder called Work Center, where I do all my works there. And these are quick access folders. Here on the left here you can see quick access, where you can get Google Drive, desktop documents, downloads, pictures, very many other folders here. You can see new folder, keep Word folders, TFT, OneDrive, this PC, within the PC here, that's open, showing what is within the PC down here also, like that. These are file, this is a Explorer shown various sections, so we can navigate to any, by using the File Explorer. So back to my tutorial notes. Very well. File Explorer that we have seen in my desktop is this snapshot here. Another section is opening a file. We want to see how to open a file. There are 2 main ways to open a file. Method 1, find the file on your computer and double click it. You will find the file and then you double click it. And we did see in the previous tutorial that to double click means to click the particular file icon twice. This will open the file in its default application. In our example, we'll open a Microsoft Word document, TFT Part 1, Introduction and Navigating a YouTube Portal, which will open in Microsoft Word. So here I have clicked this within my TFT Technology for Teachers tutorial folder. These files are there, and I want to open this particular file, TFT Part 1, Introduction and Navigating. So here I have indicated an arrow that you click, so you double clicking will highlight. This one changes the color here. So you double click to open that file, and the file open as shown below. So when you double click, the file will open and you'll see the contents. This is the window of that file. So the window of the file will open and you'll be able to see what is in the file. So double clicking is method 1. Another method to open file is first of all to open the application that is used to open the particular file. So if you want to open a Word file, then you will open Word application. So open the application and then use the application to open the file. Once the application is open, you can go to the file menu at the top of the window and select open. So this section, after opening the application, you'll be able to see sections here like this ones, and one of the options here is open. So if you click open, you'll be brought to the right part will give you options for opening. You will open recent files. You can go to the drive like the one I was having in my File Explorer or OneDrive. You can also look for that file and open in this PC or in your computer, or you can add a place where to look for that file file. There is also browsing for the file. So you open the application and then use the application to open. So I have a snapshot of an application called Paint for opening pictures for Paint. And here, the left side here, it says File, and there are options like Save As. So one of the options here is Open. So because the particular application Paint is open, you can click Open, or you can go to Recent. You can click Recent, and you'll be brought to recent documents that have been opened with that application. So we want to go right away into my desktop and see how to open file with the two methods for opening a file. We are right in my desktop. So I can now go to any folder. Let's say this one. Want to open this one? We say we double click. So I'll click twice. I will left click twice. Click the left button twice to open the folder, and it will open in the file explorer. And I can see this one is opening. I can still go in. I have two folders here. Name is new folder. I can double click. Name is. Can still it has another folder. I can double click like that, and this folder does not have anything. So that's how to open a folder. I can go to File Explorer and open another folder in the File Explorer, and I've gone to a folder called TFT, Technology for Teachers Tutorials, and I can see quite a number of files here. So one of the methods is double click the file to open it. So I want to open the TFT button here by double clicking the left button twice. And you can see that thing, the icon, this thing showing that it is opening, this thing rotating is opening. This thing, the file is now opening. After double clicking, you can now see this is opening the file. So this one was the previous open. Oh, very well. The new now file that I was opening is here. This Word file, and I can increase I can zoom it to increase the size to be able to see. I can scroll with the scroll wheel in the button and the mouse wheel, scroll to see what is in there, to read like that. Want to minimize this window, so I click the minimize button here, minus. I will also minimize that one. Will also the other application. The other application is the other way of opening the file is open the application. Method number 2 is to open the application. So down here at the taskbar, you have this application showing the various files. So there is this one that I had opened here, and I want to go to another file apart from this one, and we say that the application is open. What application is open? I need to click here on file left here. So you click like that, and when clicking file here, you will have options here. Save as, open. So we are interested in opening a particular file that we have in our or we have opened in the previous session, so we can click open here. The other one is recent. We can also open recent files here, recent files. So let me begin with open. So double clicking will open and it will open my PC, and will now give me time or space here to look. Here it says file name. So I need to type my the name of file here. So I can click here and type here TFT like that. Search. Says the file name is not valid, so there's no file by that name. I can look for TFT part 1, try to look for it. There's no file name like that. You can type the name of the file here and search, click open here, and then you will be let down. You'll be let down to where that file is. You can also click anywhere here. For example, in the PC here, you can click desktop to open a particular file. So I can click desktop here. If I do not wish to type the name of the file, I can click desktop here. Then I open the desktop, and I'll be able to see what is in the desktop. There are so many files here, and then I look for the file here. For example, I have here which says there is a file called new Microsoft Word document 6 here. So I click this and it's highlighted, and I click open. File will be open. That is the file. So I want to that file is open. I can be able to see what is this is the window of that file, and see what I want to see what's in there. I can read and all that. The other one is a recent file. So you go back again to file. So opening the application will give you two options to open a file. So you have seen the open. We can also go to recent. So click recent, and clicking recent here, you have here recent documents. We have recent places. So you can get a recent file from this list of recent file documents open, or you can go to recent places. That is a folder where you had the files, and you can be able to open. For example, one of the recent places is TFT Technology for Teachers. So I can double click that folder to open, and this folder is open. I can see there are so many files here, and I can open any folder I want. For example, can open this file here. So I click to highlight it and then open. So that file is now open. I can be able to go through that file to read what is in there. So that's the file of TFT part 2 tutorial that we had previously, like that. So I want to minimize that to the desktop. I minimize this, can minimize these windows, or I can go right here where the mouse is gone here, and then click to hide all those, and then I now in the desktop. So that's how to open a file or a folder. You can double click it, or you can open an app and then you go to it and choose the file there. Back to the notes. So we move from the desktop to the notes. The other activity in working with files and folders is moving or deleting files. As you begin using your computer, you will start to collect more and more files. The files, they become so many, which can make it more difficult to find the files you need. Fortunately, Windows allows you to move files to different folders and delete files you no longer use. So you can move files from one folder to another. You can group files which have belong to a certain category. To make it easy, you can group those files and put in one folder. That is moving those files to those files. Or if there are files that you no longer need them, you can delete. So how do you move a file? Moving a file, it is easy to move a file from one location to another. For example, you might have a file on one of the folders called OBS Studio recording folder, source folder, that you want to move to your downloads folder. So you have two folders here, open OBS Studio recording folder, and there's another one called downloads folder. So to move from OBS Studio recording folder to downloads folder, first open the two folders, source folder and destination folder, next to each other as shown below. So you need to open the two folders next to each other. So this is a screenshot of my desktop having the two folders open. There is this folder OBS Studio, and there's another folder here, downloads, and I want to move one of the files here, TFT part 1 file, to this other folder. So After opening the two folders besides each other, click and drag the file from source folder to the desired destination folder as shown below. So you click and drag the file from the source folder to the start. So this one is a screenshot of moving. I clicked this one and you see it's highlighted, and drag to this other folder, and you can see say 75% complete, moving, and all that. It's copying the file. So once you've done that, you click and drop. Once you are in the destination folder, release the mouse. The file will appear in the new location. In this example, we have opened the folder to see the file in its new location. So we have moved TFT part 1, and we can see that it has come here, it's highlighted. Note, you can use the same technique to move an entire folder. You can move a folder or a file. Note that moving a folder will also move all of the files within that folder. So the folder will go with the files. So I want to do practically that one, practical hands-on process of moving files or folders from one folder to another in the desktop. So we move now into my desktop. So we are right here in my desktop, and I have highlighted down here my File Explorer. I have two, there are actually four this highlighted is one of the folders in the File Explorer. Let me highlight that one. And then I minimize. You can see here I have minimized the size. And then I also want another folder. Let's say this other folder, and then reduce or resize. And then what we did the other day, I hold on top there. So there is this folder, DFT Technology for Teachers Tutorials app in these files. This folder called names, it has two folders, names and new folder. So I want to move one of the files here. So I can move this file. TFT part 6, I click here, and then click the left mouse to hold on this file, and then you can see I'm holding with the left, click to the left mouse button, and then I'm tracking now into the other folder, and says move to names folder, this folder now, and then I release the button. Well, very well, you can see the file has been moved here. It was here, it's no longer here, it has been moved here. So that's how to move a file from one folder to another. So want to create I want to move it back this file again. So I click to highlight it to where it was. I want to move to where it was, click on it, and then I click the left button and hold it and drag, return the file where it came from. So I'm moving it back, and it has come back again there like that. So I'm now in names folder. Let me create another file here. So say what? So there is one I've created here. So this file I can move it to the other folder. So I click to highlight and then drag it to the new file I created is open. So I need to close it, and then the two folders need to be on, so that I'll be able to move files between the two. And you also need to be able to delete. So I will move this file. So I click to highlight, click left button, and then I drag. I move it to this other folder called TFT, and that file you can see is now here, and the folder is Okay, refreshing, but correct, yeah. So you can see the 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 file is in the new location. So if I do not wish to continue holding this file, I can also delete. So I highlight and then I delete that file. Uh, uh, delete, and that file is gone. So that's all. We go back to the desktop, from the desktop to the notes. Another activity we want to do is creating a new folder. So I want to show how to create a new folder. There are two methods on how to create a folder. Method one, within File Explorer of a given folder, locate and select the new folder button at the top left corner of the window and click it. So you can create a folder by within a File Explorer of a given folder. There is one of the a button for new folder because you want to create that folder. Here, a screenshot here shows that the top left corner here, this icon here, new folder. When you point this one, I pointed here shows new folder. So locate and select the new folder button and the top, left corner of the window and click it. And on clicking it, this will bring the following window. And this window will show that a new folder is being created. You can see the name here, and it's highlighted. The name is highlighted there. You can rename it, or you can give it a name, or you can just click enter to just have that name. So if you press enter, the new folder is here, has been created. So now press enter. This will bring the window showing the new folder. The new folder will be among the list of files and folders in the folder. So the new folder will be among the list of files and folders within the folder. So if you wish, you can type your desired name for the folder and press enter. In example, we created another folder and called it school documents. So another folder here, we clicked the new folder here and created and named it school documents. The folder will be created. You can now move files into this folder, or you can even move the folder from one place to another. Another method to create a folder, you can also right click where you want the folder to appear. Then select new, then folder. So if you click any within this, this is a folder, YouTube tutorials. I want to create a folder, so I'll right click and choose new, and the new item I want to create is folder, and that clicking folder will bring the following. That is click creating new folder, and then you can press enter, and the new folder will be created as shown below. So creating one more folder will bring the following. So when you create one folder after another one, and you don't give names, it will be named numerically. So there will be new folder. That one is identically new folder 1. Then the next one will be new folder in bracket 2, new folder in bracket 3. Same for the files. It is numerical name. So I want to take you to my desktop so that we see the two ways of creating a folder. So back to my desktop. So we are here in my desktop. I want to go to one of the folders here. I call it web lessons, including this tutorial. So it's inside there, so I can open there. So I double click to open the folder. Method 1. We have been told that in the right left corner there is an icon for new folder. So this one is a Windows Explorer for this folder, web lessons. And the top left corner here, the one I'm pointing here, this thing is new folder icon. And if you see what has been highlighted, I say new folder, control plus, and says create new folder. So for me to create new folder, I click this. And you can see the folder has, is highlighted. Why it is blue here, it gives me a chance to indicate the name, or I can leave it. So I want to leave it like that. So I press enter, and that a new folder is created. I want to create another folder. So back there again, create new folder. So I click it, I press enter. You can see this one is new folder, but this one created, the next one is new folder in bracket too. So technically, the computer knows that what was created new folder was also new folder 1, and it did not indicate 1 in bracket, but will indicate the subsequent folders numerically in that order. So I want to create one more folder here. I click new folder and I press enter. So I have 3 more folders created there. So that's how to create folders using a new folder icon. So I want to create another folder and rename and give it a name. So I click again there. So new folder, this one I want to click this one, give it a name. So I need to backspace to remove that, and then I type my desired name, for example, trial folder, and then I press enter, and the folder will be having the new name. So that is method 1. You click on a new folder icon, press enter to create a folder, or you can type the name for that folder. Method 2 is to right click anywhere where you want the folder to appear, and then choose new. So I want to have now that is the mouse cursor. So I want to right click anywhere within this folder of web lessons, like that. And when I right click, I get some options here, view and all that. So I want to create something which is new, so I will go to new, and in this case it is folder. So I'll go like this, right? I move the cursor was up to where it says folder. So I will click folder, and it creates folder like that. I can press enter, and then I've created another folder that way. I can also create another folder. So now the folder is renamed folder 4 because it is having the same name with the previous ones, with only the difference is the number. So it's numerically numbered. So I can also right click again and create new folder, new, then go there, write new folder. I want to give this one as another folder and say tutorial trials folder. So I need to click backspace, or I just type right there because it's highlighted. So tutorials folder, and press enter. So right there you can see the new folder is created, is highlighted. I can right click anywhere here to refresh and be able. So the folders have been created there. So we go back now to our notes to see the next item in the tutorial. So we move from our desktop back to our notes. Very well. Another section is renaming a file or a folder. You can change the name of any file or a folder, and a unique name will make it easier to remember what type of information is saved in the file or folder. So it's very important to give a descriptive name, a name that will make it easier to remember. Remember, you'll be searching for a file, and you need to have a very descriptive and a unique name. So how do you rename a folder or a file? There are 2 ways of renaming a folder or a file. Method 1, you double click the name of the new folder, click the file or folder, double click the name of the new folder or file. So click the file or folder, wait about a second and click again. So double click, and editable text, an editable text field will appear shown here. So I want to change this new folder, the name. So I want to name. So I will double click, and then it will become an editable text. I can edit. Type the desired name on your keyboard and press enter. The name will be changed. So for example, renaming a new folder to travel, we did that one. and that the process of doing that is shown. The renamed folder will appear with the new name. So that is method 1. So you double click to highlight and rename. So the other renaming a folder or a file is right clicking the folder or file is the easiest method. Right click the folder or file and select rename from the menu that appears. Right click, you get this menu, and then one of the options here is rename. So click on rename, then be able to give you backspace that name and then type the new name, be able to give a name. So I renamed my new folder 2 and I called it chaos. So we'll do that one, and this one shows, we'll do that on desktop. So on pressing enter, the following window appears showing the renamed folder with the new name as shown. So we'll press enter after renaming, and the new name will come. So I want to take you back to my desktop so that we do renaming. So back to desktop. We are back in our my desktop here, and one of our folders was web lessons here, and had folders that we created. So we want to rename. So we said method 1 is double click it. So I want to rename folder 3. So I double click it. Double click will open. Back. This back arrow will take you back. That double click. Sorry. Click it. You click it. Refresh. So click it and then click it. To rename. Now right click after clicking to highlight. Right click. So right click and after right clicking, one of the options is rename down here. So I want to rename, so I click rename, and you see the name is highlighted. So I need to type this one. Let me rename it as chaos. The folder is now renamed to chaos. I press enter to see. Oh, the folder has been renamed to chaos. So I want to create another file here. So I want to right click, create a file. Let me call that one PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. So I delete the Microsoft PowerPoint. So I want to rename this PowerPoint. So I need to highlight. I double and it's opening just a minute. So the PowerPoint is opening. So I close it. So wait, that's one is opening. Sorry. We need to rename this is a file as an example. So highlight, correct, highlighted. So I right click, I rename it as PPT, and then press enter. So that that one is renamed to a new name like that. So back to our notes, take you back from desktop. Deleting a file or folder. If you no longer need to use a file, you can delete it. When you delete a file, it is moved to a recycle bin. So recycle bin is a special folder used to temporarily all deleted files and folders. So if you change your mind, you can move the file from the recycle bin back to its original location by clicking restore. So you can delete a file that you no longer need, and it will be taken to a special folder called recycle bin. If you are sure you want to permanently delete the file, you will need to empty the recycle bin. So I want to show you the recycle bin. Just before seeing that one, how do you delete a file or folder? Method 1, you drag the file or folder to the recycle bin on the desktop. So you will drag that file or folder to the recycle bin. Remember, recycle bin is a special folder for holding deleted files. So open the location of the file or folder, click and drag the file to the recycle bin icon on the desktop. And this one is a snapshot of my desktop. This black background is the desktop. There's a folder which is open here. That folder is called new folder, and it has a file called trial file, and I want to delete. So I'll need to click this. So file to be deleted is one, so I'll need to click here and drag it to the recycle bin. So this is the icon for the recycle bin, a special folder for holding deleted files. And we've been told here that if you change your mind, you can move the file from the recycle bin back to the original location by clicking restore. So deleted files go to the recycle bin, and you can return them back if you wish to, if you change your mind. Moving the file to the recycle bin, we need to click this file and drag. It says move to recycle bin, so I click here and drag to the recycle bin. So opening the recycle bin, this one is a recycle bin. You can see a recycle bin tools, and you can see the file that we deleted is already there. The file deleted is method 2. You can also right click the file or folder and click the delete option in the pop-up menu. So you can also right click. This file can also be right clicked, and then one of the options is delete, which is down here, and then you click delete and the file will be deleted. It will be automatically taken to the recycle bin. You can also click the file to select it and press the delete key on your keyboard. So another way is deleting a file or a folder. You can click and select delete. Click the delete key on the keyboard. Deleting a file or folder permanently. You can also delete a file or folder permanently. What you need to do to permanently delete a file or folder, right click the recycle bin icon, select empty recycle bin. So you only need to empty recycle bin to delete all files permanently. Or you can go to the recycle bin and then identify the file and then click delete permanently. So this is the recycle bin. If you right click, you will get options open empty recycle bin. So if you want to delete all the files in the recycle bin permanently, you will see empty recycle bin and all files will be deleted. So restoring a deleted file or folder. Once you delete a file or a folder, you can still restore it back so long as you have not permanently deleted. You only need to go to the recycle bin, right click the file or folder and click restore as shown below. So this one is the recycle bin. You can see here recycle bin tools. So one of the files that I deleted, I want to bring it back here is highlighted. I need to right click and I'll get one of the options restore. And to delete a folder, or click to select the folder and right click and click delete the same, and you can still restore like that. So to delete a file permanently, it says to delete a file, it says, are you willing to move the folder or file to the recycle bin? You'll begin options and then you say yes. So note that deleting a folder will also delete all the files within a folder. So all files within a folder will be deleted once the folder is deleted. So I now want to take you to my desktop. We see all these activities of deleting a file or folder. So we go into my desktop. So we are now right in my desktop. We go to one of the folders that we had created, and some of the folders, so one of the options, so we want to reduce the size here. Recycle bin is here. This is the recycle bin, and if you delete any file or folder, it will go to recycle bin. So let me track this one very close to this, and let me put it there. So I want to delete folder number 4. So I need to click and drag this folder all the way up to the task recycle bin. So it says move to move to recycle bin. So I release the mouse button. Okay, you can see it's going. So the folder number 4 is gone to the recycle bin. So I want to see whether it is already there. I can open the recycle by double clicking. Open. Oh yes, I can see new folder 4 here. Yeah, this one I deleted. It's already there. The one which was deleted. So I want to restore this folder. I have realized that I should not do it. So I need to click this folder and right click and restore. So one of these options is restore card, delete, and properties. So if I want to delete permanently, I'll click delete. So because I want to restore the folder, I will click restore. And this folder is going back where it came from. It's going back where it came from. So let me put this other folder there. You can see here, if we refresh, we can see the folder, the new folder has come back after restoring. Another method of deleting file or a folder. Let me delete this file ppt. So click to select it, right click, and one of the options here is delete. So I click delete, and on clicking delete, it is deleted, and you can see now it has come this side. It was not here. It was not in the recycle bin, and you can see it has come here. I can restore, so I can right click and restore. You'll see it. It has come. It has come. This here is coming back, and it's no longer there. I want to delete a trial folder here, so I click to select and delete. So the other method apart from dragging is go to delete option, delete. It's being taken to the recycle bin, it's deleted. So it's no longer there, and trial folder is here. So I want to permanently delete this folder. So I click and right click. Because it is within the recycle bin, I can delete now. And it says, are you sure you want to permanently delete this folder? The folder is trial folder. Because I want to permanently delete, I will click yes, and that folder will go forever. So that one has been removed here. It's no longer there. It has been deleted permanently. So that's how to delete a folder or a file permanently. So I also want to delete this file hello.cpp. So I right click. So I can drag to the recycle bin to delete, move to recycle bin. It has gone there, so it's now recycle bin. I've deleted. So I want to permanently delete, so I click right click and then delete permanently. And I'm being asked, are you sure you want to permanently delete this file? I click yes to delete it permanently. So that file is deleted permanently. So we go back to from my desktop to notes, continue with the tutorial. Selecting multiple files. Now that you know the basics, here are a few tips to help you move your files even faster. Selecting more than one file. So you can select more than one file. There are a few ways to select more than one file at a time. So method 1, if you are viewing your files as icons, you can click and drag the mouse to draw a box around the files you want to select. When you are done, release the mouse. The files will be selected. You can now move, copy, or delete all of these files at the same time. So selecting multiple files. So here I've shown, you click here, one of the, you can click and drag the mouse to throw over the file. So you click somewhere here and then you drag the mouse to cover all those files that you want to delete. To select to select specific files from the folder, press and hold the control key on your keyboard, and then click the files you want to select. So you can select a number of files. So I can click here, hold control key, I click whatever I want, click here, I also want this one, and then release the mouse. So the files will be selected. Number 3, Method number 3 is to select a group of files from a folder. You can click the first file, press and hold the shift key on your keyboard, then click the last file. All of the files between the first and last ones will be selected. So you can click this one, hold shift key and click the last file you want, and all the files from the beginning up to the end of from the beginning of started file that you click to the last file that you click will be selected. Selecting all files. If you want to select all files in a folder at the same time, open the folder in File Explorer and press Ctrl plus A. Press and hold the Control key on your keyboard and then press A. And I want to indicate to you that capital letter A here is a short form for all. So all of the files in the folder will be selected. So I can click here, then Control. I can click that anywhere in the folder, and then Control and then A. That will select all the files within the folder. So these files will be selected. Control A. So Control A is an example of a keyboard shortcut that we'll talk more about this in another tutorial on keyboard shortcuts in Windows. Upcoming tutorial I will be doing keyboard shortcuts. So if working with files and folders feels a little tricky right now, do not worry. Like anything else, working with files and folders is largely a matter of practice. You will start to feel more comfortable as you continue using your computer. In the next section, we'll talk about another important concept, how to find files on your computer that you can easily locate. So before we move to creating and using shortcuts, so selecting files, I want to take you to my computer now to see how I do selection of files. So back to my desktop computer. So desktop. Very well, we are in my desktop computer. So these are some of the files and folders. I want to open one of the folders in the File Explorer. It's this one. So to select multiple files, method 1, we were told you can click the folder. So I click the folder. I'm now in the folder TFT. Then press Ctrl plus A, and all the files will be selected. Ctrl plus A. So another one is to click the beginning here and Shift key, and I press the last where I should end. Let me say I want to select up to TFT part 3, part 4. So I'll holding Shift key, I'll click. I've clicked the first one there. I click here, and the files from the beginning up to where I stopped will be highlighted. So I de-highlight. I can select some folders. So another one is selecting folders. I click here. So I want that folder. I press Control. I want this folder. I click. I want this folder. I click, and I release the Control key, and the selected folder files will be highlighted. So that's how to select multiple files. That's how to select multiple files. So we move back to our next section, the tutorial. Back to notes from desktop. Selecting all files, we have done that one. Creating and using shortcuts. If you have a file or a folder you use frequently, you can save time by creating a shortcut on the desktop. Instead of navigating to the file or folder each time you want to use it, you can simply double click the shortcut to open it. A shortcut will have a small arrow in the lower left corner of the icon. Desktop shortcut for a folder called music in my desktop is here. So files that or folders that you frequently use, you can create a shortcut, desktop shortcut. So we all know that we like using a shortcut. Even when we are moving from one place to another, we always want the shortest route possible. So even within the computer, it is metaphorically shown that you can use a shortcut, and an icon of a folder of a file will have a small arrow in the lower left corner here for this one of the icon, shows that's a shortcut. So desktop shortcut for a folder called music is here. There is also another shortcut for this folder called HP LaserJet Pro MFP. This most of these icons have shortcuts. You can see this one has a shortcut. Microsoft Edge has a shortcut. This matters day program Word, quite a number. So mostly desktop has shortcuts. So I have highlighted some of the examples of icons with a shortcut there. Note that creating a shortcut does not create a duplicate copy of the folder. It is simply a way to access the folder more quickly. So if you delete a shortcut, it will not delete the actual folder or the files it contains. So also note that copying a shortcut onto a flash drive will not work. If you want to bring a file with you, you will need to navigate to the actual location of the file and copy it to the flash drive. So shortcuts are only shortcuts. You cannot take a shortcut to use it to access a file in another place. You only need to copy that file. So shortcuts are shortcuts. They will not carry the original. It's only a shortcut. So to create a shortcut for a file or folder, there are two ways to create a shortcut for a file or a folder. Method 1. Locate and right-click the desired folder. Then select Send to Desktop to create a shortcut. So you right-click any folder that you want to create a shortcut. For example, here I've selected mass department and right-click, and one of the options is Send, and I want to send what? So go right there and then desktop shortcut. So this will create a desktop shortcut. A shortcut to the folder will appear on the desktop. Notice that the arrow in the lower left corner of the icon. So there will be an arrow to show you that it's a shortcut. You can now double click the shortcut to open the folder at any time. So you double click the shortcut. So this is a snapshot of my screen, desktop showing a create a shortcut for a file called master department here. This one that I've created a shortcut. So that is method 1. Method 2. You can also hold the Alt key on your keyboard. Then click and drag the folder or file to the desktop to create a shortcut. So you can also hold Alt key on your on the keyboard. Then click and drag the folder or the file to the desktop or to create a shortcut or to any folder you wish to. So it is important to note that a file or folder shortcut can be created onto a desktop or onto a chosen folder. So that's all. I want to take you now right into my desktop to see creating shortcuts and using them. So back to my desktop. Right now we are in my desktop. Good. There is this folder containing printer drivers that I've installed in my computer. So I want to create because this is a folder, I can also create a shortcut for this. So I need to click to highlight, right click, and then go to send. I want to send what? I want to send desktop. Here it says desktop create shortcut. So I'll click. You can see it is created here. The shortcut has been created here. So I can click here to go to this folder. So I can go to this folder by clicking this folder, or I can click shortcut. So let me click. Very well, it has opened the folder and I can see what is inside the folder. So the shortcut. So you can delete a shortcut. So I want to click this to delete this one because I don't use it frequently. Printer files have been installed, so I don't use it frequently. So I can right click and then delete, so that shortcut will go. I want to go to another folder, web lessons. This web lessons, I want to create a shortcut for chaos. This folder web lessons is in another place, so I want to create a shortcut to chaos. So I will click to and then um, send to desktop. So create shortcut. So this will only create shortcut. So I click. So although this folder is within this chaos is within this web lessons folder, I can go down and I can see the folder has been created. The shortcut to the folder has been created here for chaos. So I can click to go back to the folder, and I can see the folder name is chaos within another folder called web lessons. Although there's no item here, I can see this one is open. I can now create anything within. So I right click to create another folder, press enter, can right click again to create another item, let's say a file like a Word, Microsoft Word, click, press enter, create any other new item. So I can create an Microsoft Excel worksheet and enter, and I leave the name that is given there like that. So that is our one method. Method two, within this folder, I can also create another. I can create a shortcut for this new folder. So I click. So creating a shortcut of a folder or a file within the same folder. So I'll right click here. I click here. And we minimize this one. Can create that one. I need to drag that one to another folder apart from the desktop. Folder called chaos. So let me drag it here. Another folder is web lessons. So I want to resize there. Good. I need to create a shortcut in for this chaos folder, which is in web lessons in this other folder called chaos. So I need to press Alt. I click chaos to highlight, press Alt, and then you can see it says create a link in web lessons. So I can create there. So I can also take it to another folder here. And then I drop and release the button, mouse button, and you can see here this is an icon for shortcut for a folder called chaos, and it says chaos shortcut. So I created a shortcut of one folder in another folder in another one. I'm also right in the, this folder called web lessons. I can also create a shortcut for new folder too. So I click to highlight within this folder web lessons. I can also create a folder shortcut within the same folder. So I click folder 2 to highlight. Press down Alt key in the keyboard and drag that folder and says create link in web lessons, which is the same folder. So I release, and a shortcut for this folder will be created within. So you can click to highlight the folder or the file. Let me create a shortcut for PPT, this file PPT in the same folder. So click to highlight. Now press Alt key, track the highlighted file and says create link in web lesson, the same place, and then release the button and we'll get a shortcut. So there is the original file here, there's the shortcut here which I can click to take me to that particular to open that particular file. So the file is opening. And I can start creating. There is this pop-up screen saying that I need to activate this so that I can use it. So I can close it, and then I can be able to create my work there in the file. So that's all. So we go back to my desk from my desktop to next session of the tutorial. 11. Item number 11. Finding files on your computer. In the previous section, I talked about how folders can help to keep your files organized. However, there may be times when you have trouble finding a certain file. If this happens to you, do not panic. I want to show you now how to find your files. The file is probably still on your computer somewhere, and there are a few simple ways to find it. So in this section, I will show you different techniques you can use to find your files, including searching and looking in common places. So what are some of the common places to look for files in your computer? So if you are having difficulty finding a file, there is a good chance that you can find it in one of the following places that are very important to note. Is that one of the folders is called downloads. Anything that you have downloaded from the internet will be taken to downloads folder. There are also what you call default folders for default files, and there's another one called recycle bin. So we have seen recycle bin is for obtaining all files that you have deleted. So downloads. So by default, your computer will place downloaded files in a specific folder known as the downloads folder. So anything you download will be taken to downloads folder. Then from there you can move to your desired folder if you wish. So if you are having trouble finding a file you downloaded from the internet, such as a PDF document attached to an email message, this is the first place you should look into to find that file. So look to that place. View downloads folder, open File Explorer, and then locate and select downloads below the quick access on the left side of the window. A list of your recently downloaded files will appear. So we'll see that one in my desktop in a while. So this is a screenshot of my File Explorer. You can see File Explorer here. So the left side here is having what we call quick access, and some of the sections here is downloads. This one I have highlighted, downloads. So anything you download will go here. That's a File Explorer. Double click downloads to open the folder and look for the file as you shown below. So you'll double click this one, downloads, and downloads will open. You can see it has opened, and some of the things which are inside there is highlighted here. So you can see these are some of the things you have downloaded. So clicking downloads will open this window, showing on the right side here some of the folders or files which have been downloaded here. They are on the right side there. Another place is default folders. If you don't specify a location when saving a file, Windows will place certain types of files into default folders. For example, if you are looking for a Microsoft Word document, you could try looking in the documents folder. So most of the documents will be saved to the default folders if you don't specify your folder. The computer will always place documents, files, Word, Excel, and that in documents. If you are looking for a photo, try looking in the pictures folder. There's a whole folder for pictures. Videos, they will be put in videos folder, or music will be put, audio will be put in music folders and others. So default folders include documents, pictures, music, all that. You can see here there is documents for all documents. Music will be put in music, pictures will be put in pictures, videos will be, any video will go to videos, you'll be able to find there. That's where to find them. So the computer is very smart. It knows that if it's videos, it will be kept in the videos, documents in the documents. So most of these folders will be accessible on the left side of the File Explorer window, as shown below, as I've shown here. So you'll open the respective folder to open. The last one is recycle bin. So sometimes you accidentally delete files or folders, they'll be moved to the recycle bin. So you can also open the recycle bin to look for that file, provided you know the name of the file or folder. So you can double click the recycle bin icon on the desktop to open it. If you find the file you need, click and drag it back to the desktop or to a different folder of your choice, or click restore button to restore the file to the original folder or place. So this is my recycle bin. One of the files that are deleted is schemes, business, study schemes. So I need to right click and click restore so that it goes back to my original folder where I had placed, but I will not locate at that particular time. So I searched and I found that it is in the recycle bin, and I need to restore to original place or folder. So I want to take you now to my desktop, and then we see all this searching, looking for files. So back to my desktop. So you open File Explorer. We have down the File Explorer. There are so many folders open here, and you can open any folder that will open the File Explorer. So I have this folder. So this folder is open in File Explorer, and then on the left side here is Quick Access. So if you downloaded the file and you cannot locate, just come to Downloads here, and click Downloads. So Downloads folder is opening. On the right side here, it shows me various folders and downloads and files that I've downloaded. There are quite a number here. I can scroll so many. You can see this scroll bar here is going, saying that's quite it's still having space here. So I can scroll there. So I can, if I know the name, I can look for it here. If I know the period, if it's last week, earlier this month, last month, a long time ago, it's beyond 1 month, can come there. Or I can arrange. So you can right click here to view by category, view by list, by content, and then I click like that. I can sort depending on the date, beginning with the latest, the way it is arranged there, and then I'll be able to follow through. I can group by type, then be able to locate the file within the type with these folders. For example, you can see here this application types. So I can go to the type. Types of the files of the same type are stored, folders of the same type, like that, and then I go to specific. So long as I know the type of the file or folder, I can group by date modified, like that. Another place, if it was a picture, you click pictures, and you'll get a list of pictures there, and you can look for it. If it was a document, you can come here, documents here. So you can click documents, and the folder for documents will open. So you can look for it there. If it was music, you can come here, music. You can click music, playlist. You can open like that. There are so many. It will be placed there. Maybe that is there. If it was a video, you click videos, and folders for videos, and the videos will be shown, for example, shown on mine. Or you can go to local disk C, and you can look for the folder in the local disk C or local disk D. So many places you can get those files. So like that. Another place you are going to find a file, it might have deleted accidentally, is to open recycle bin. So maybe the file was accidentally deleted. So you can double click recycle bin to open, and then you navigate the recycle bin to see all this. Maybe one of the files was one of the folders was traveled, so it's here. I can restore. I click to take it where it came from. It's taken to the kept. I can I have a file like this video, so I can restore to go where it was, so that I go and revert to it. So I can restore, it will be taken to the folder it came from, and I'll be able to find it there. So that's all about looking for files. So we go back to the next section of the tutorial. So good. The next section in the tutorial is searching for files and folders. So if you have forgotten the location of a file or folder, or you recently downloaded a few files that were attached to an email message, but now you are not sure where these files are on your computer, then you can always search for it. Searching allows you to look for any file on your computer. So you can search provided you know the name. So to search for a file in Windows 10, in the Cortana search box, next to the start button, type the name of the file to search for it. The search results will appear above the search box. So this one is called the Cortana search box. In the desktop here, there's a place to search. You type the name and the result will be shown and be able to get. For to search for a file in Windows 7 and earlier versions, click the start button, type the name of the file or keywords with your keyboard and press enter. The search results will appear. Simply click a file or folder to open that one that you have identified. So I want to take you to my desktop to search for a file. So back to my desktop to see how to search for files. Very well, we are now into my desktop. So Cortana search box is this one. There is a space here. Type here to search. Type here to search. So you can search any file here. I want to type. So I click there, and I want to search for a file. So I can type TFT, and options are given: Google Chrome, File Explorer, like that. I also want to. Oh, very well. There are quite a number of files which have come here. So TFT is a keyword for all the files listed here. So these are search results. So I can go by default. The first one is highlighted here. TFT by 3 working with files and folders. This tutorial, and right here it indicates where its location, and then I can click this location to be able to go to that file, or I can click open because it's highlighted to open the file, or I can open file location where it is located. I can click here to get the location, or copy full path. I can also get this path to the file location, this one. So I can copy and then I put it press anywhere. So I want to I can open file location. Where is it found? So I will click open file location, and file explorer will take me to where it's located. Oh, it is here. So it is in TFT, Technology for Teachers tutorials, and I can see the location, the search part here. So it is in here. This is the file I was looking for. It is in this tutorial DFT, Technology for Teachers tutorials folder, which is in another folder called YouTube tutorials, which is in another folder called screenshots, which is in another folder called videos, and it's in another folder called OneDrive. So this is the file I was searching for. So I have known where it is. I can open the file or do whatever I want. Back to next session. Now, tips for finding files. If you are still having trouble finding the file you needed, because you have seen above there how to find to search, here are some additional tips. Tip number 1. Try different search terms. If you are using the search option, try using different terms in your such. Try, for example, if you are looking for a certain Microsoft Word document, try searching for a few different file names you might have used when saving the document in the past. So use the names that you might have used. Perhaps if it's a common file, it will be found. Tip number 2, open the last application used to edit the file. So you can open the application, if it was Word, open Word, if it was a PDF, open PDF, if it was Acrobat document, open Acrobat. If you know you use a certain application to edit the file, open that application and select File, open Recent. Then you go to Recent from the menu. The file may appear in the list of recently edited files. So for example here, this was a screenshot of our recent files for Word. And these are lists, so I can be able to identify all of the files there. Tip number 3, move and rename the file after finding it so that you do not forget again. You need to move to a place that is you use frequently, and then you give a reasonable name that is easier for you. Once you have located the file, you may want to move it to a related folder so you can find it more easily in the future. For example, if the file is a picture, you might move it into your pictures folder. If it's a video, move it into videos folder. If it was a Word, like that. You may also want to give it a file name that will be easy to remember. So give a name that will be easy to remember. Good. That's all about TFT part 3, working with files and folders. So TFT part 4 will be dealing with common computer tasks. We shall see some of the common computer tasks in the next tutorial. So to end this tutorial, please click subscribe button, that down button there. Click also share, like and share. So that you will be able to receive notifications on my YouTube tutorials uploads. Every time I will be uploading, so support my channel by subscribing. Click subscribe button there. Be one of my subscribers, so that because I will be doing YouTube tutorials uploading every week. You'll be able to you'll be notified of YouTube tutorials that I'll be uploading weekly. Thank you for watching.